What's up, world? Yeah, looks like live. Debating if I was going to do this or not tonight. So basically called off a show and I guess this will replace the show. I actually see that this is a TikTok questionnaire that I put on my phone. I'm just waiting for the video to stop moving. There it goes. So pause, 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 pause. Okay, now it stops at TikTok. But yeah, so it's just basically I'm going to answer these questions. And what the questions are saying, okay, it did get to pause. So what it is it's not big enough. Okay, so it's saying sweet questions to ask your partner. So I'm not asking my partner, I'm asking my ex. And it's only 6 questions, it looks like. Oh no, 10 questions. Okay, so 10 questions. Okay, my phone ain't that big, so I'm like looking at it as it goes here and there. So, gonna go and ask the first question, and I'll answer it to my honest opinion of my ex-partner, but sweet questions to ask my partner who I loved with all my heart. So, the first one is, when did you first feel like you wanted me in your life forever? And the first time was way before we even started going out. She was just such an amazing friend. And it was a friendship that I never wanted to lose, no matter what. She meant the world to me. I loved her with all my heart. It was just, yeah, so quickly. So I would probably guess in the ballpark of a year and a half of us doing improv together. And she's just a sensational individual. And I love her with all my heart. And I miss her with all my heart. But that's, yeah, when I first felt like I wanted her in my life forever, being such an amazing friend. The second question here, if you could relive one moment with me, which one would you choose? So there were many, many, many great moments with her. She was an unbelievable individual. I loved her with all my heart. I guess I would say if there's one I could relive was the first of this year, just because in general it was the greatest turning of any new year ever. It was the best start, and 2026 has been a horrendous year for me. But the first day was the best that I ever pretty much had ever on New Year's Day. And I mean, I used to hang out a lot at a younger age, but we celebrated as the clock struck midnight. We were kissing and hugging, and it was just an amazing 2026. And we were doing a lot of plans that ended up being haywire, and I wish I knew why. Question three, what's something small I do that always makes your heart soft? What's something small I do that always makes your heart soft? I would just basically say, and even though it meant a lot to me, a lot of times I would bring breakfast to her in the morning because I work overnight. And she would a lot of times order me food from outside to in and get me takeout food, which I really, really, really appreciated it. A lot of times she would ask, oh, what would you like? Where would you like to eat? And I usually, or pretty much always tell her, wherever you like, because it's all good with me. She meant everything to me. So that was the truth. Rule number four, and of course the TikTok symbol's in its way. If you wrote me a love letter today, how would it begin? If you wrote me a love letter today, how would it begin? And yeah, just for the record, I only read the first question before doing this, and I looked at it was so many before, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna try to answer this. And it took me forever to get on here. But okay, back to the question. If you wrote me a love letter today, how would it begin? I would just write, Dear Angel, you are my earth angel. I miss you with all my heart. I feel that you mean the world to me, and I love you with all my heart, always will. I would never purposely hurt you physically, mentally, at all, ever. I always try to bend over backwards for you, and I much prefer to do stuff that you favor than what I favor. I love you. That would be how I'd start a love letter, I guess. So this looks like it's question five, even though it's being blocked. What about me makes you feel safe and at peace? What about me makes you feel safe and at peace? What made me feel safe and at peace was I could rely on her. Like I always told her if she's whatever she shoots for, I would never ever get in her way. I would love to hold on to her shadow and ride it because she's the road runner when she needs to go places, when there's something she needs to do, she's gonna do it because whatever she seeks, she delivers. She's just such an amazing individual. And that's why I always felt safe with her because she made me a better person. I felt like a safer person. I felt stronger with her. And I'm not the same. I'm definitely not the same. I'm a lot weaker. And yeah, she was my world. She was my everything. So going to question six now, I think. Yes. Okay. So when you look at me, what do you see that others don't? A thing I used to compliment her all the time was that I looked better than I ever did ever in anywhere, just looking into her eyes. I said, my reflection, even my terrible, ugly reflection, makes your eyes still look amazing. You are so gorgeous. And I would say that to her a lot, all the time. And it wasn't a line, it's what I really felt. I love looking in her eyes. I love looking at her nose. I love looking at her from head to toe. She was just so gorgeous. Loved hearing her voice. Loved hearing her breathe. Loved seeing her sleep. But that's the truth. Okay, so now I think this is question seven. When you look at me, what do you see? Yeah, okay, so question seven. I gotta move it up so I just don't want the video to start again. What's one memory of us you'll always hold on to? What's one memory of us you'll always hold on to? Again, we've had many, many, many memories. And I would say just the memory, one that I will take away from it, because there are many, is when she went over to my brother's in-law's house and we celebrated Christmas later on or beforehand, really. But it was an outstanding thing. She saw how my family was with her and my in-laws or my brothers in-laws, like they just really loved her and they seemed so positive with her and they said that she never made me look so happy and they were so thrilled and happy for me and I was so thrilled and happy for me. She meant the world to me. Number eight, if our love story was a movie, what would you name it? If our story was a movie, what would you name it? That's interesting. I would say my true love is my angel. My true love is my angel. Think that works. Our love story was a movie. Well, yeah, I think that works. So I only have two more questions here. So how do you think your life would be different if we never met? How do you think your life would be different if we never met? My life would be better at the moment. That's a definite, that's a fact, because she's separated from me. Um, it it destroys me that I won't be able to see her live no more, even in a video chat. It drives me nuts. I love her with all my heart, and yeah, so my life would be different. It at the moment would be better, even though I was going way downhill before that we started going out. My health was going downhill, but as we were together, my health was getting a bit better. And even though it didn't seem that way at times for her, which I understand why, but she was so beneficial for me. And in the first week of this year, just almost the first week, first 6 days, I worked out more than I'd done in many years, and I just felt better because we were doing our talks and chats. Then the last 3 days we didn't for that week or 4 days, but it just was we still did our messaging, and I miss her with all my heart. So the final question, I'm sorry. If you could make me remember one thing forever, what would it be? If you could make me remember one thing forever, what would it be? So if I could make her remember one thing forever, what would it be? I would say just to remember how I did the opposite of improv with her in my improv world. I always tell people never overthink, just do, be in the moment, react. Don't ever overthink an improv. You want to think, but never overthink. Just let it get rapid form. But in real life, I way overthought. When there were places that might take her 5 minutes to decide where she wants to go, and most people 5 minutes where they want to decide to go, it might take me 5 days to decide where we're going to go just because I wanted everything to be so good for her, so great for her. And there were things that we went to repeated that she really enjoyed. So we're like, yeah, let's go back again. And I miss those days. I miss those days. I love her. I miss her. I'm guessing somehow I'm hoping she hears this and just speaks to me. I just I just need to hear her voice talking to me. I can't believe the way, yeah, I just feel like I'm being going downhill and I apologize. Um, yeah, about to close it off, but basically next week, Saturday. So it's basically either Saturday or Sunday next week, which is April 11th or April 12th. I'm gonna decide whether I'm giving up all improv or comedy, all podcasting, and that's whether I watch it, see it, hear it. It's all out the door, and it's not gonna be a temporary wait. It's gonna either be all or not. So I will let the world know whether I will continue, and I'll let the world know if I won't continue. And that'll either be next week, Saturday, or next week, Sunday, April 10th or 11th. Nope, today's April 11th or April 12th, Saturday or Sunday next week, April 11th or April 12th. We're still in Friday. So, hopefully that works. Thank you, world. Thank you, improvers, comedians, and podcasters. I wish you all an amazing